We'll soon be hearing from United States President Barack Obama and Vice President Joe Biden as they accept their party's nomination. While politics is the main act at these political conventions, there's also a lot of business done on the sidelines, and China's largest private grain importer is one of the firms that could benefit. CCTV's Jessica Stone joins us live from the Democratic National Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina, with more.
That's right, Michael. We had a chance to actually meet and talk with the general counsel for the Port of Dandong. He was here at the invitation of former South Carolina Governor Jim Hodges.
Really, to get to the core, to really understand, you have to be at the convention. This is like the Super Bowl. This is like the World Cup of politics.
Mark Fung is an attorney for the Port of Dandong, the biggest private grain importer in China.
Costs are lower to at least do the North and South American operation.
Jim Hodges is an international business consultant and former governor of South Carolina.
When you talk to governors around the country, what do they tell you about their interest in China?
Well, they all say to a person, I've either made a trip there in the last 6 months or I plan a trip in the next 6 months.
That's why Hodges has focused on introducing Fung to so many state governors.
And I think one of the things I learned most about this trip is that state government matters more than I had originally understood it to be. And really, states have a lot of power. So if you really want to influence, let's say, U.S.-China policy, it's almost worth it to have emphasis and influence on the state level.
For example, months after Virginia's governor visited China, Dandong Port Group and its grain company bought $550 million worth of soybeans from Virginia's Purdue agribusiness. Dandong buys 1 million tons of soybeans each year.
We've met with several governors, and they all seem to also sell soybeans and are very eager to at least open their marketplace.
You think you're planting the seeds of any future deals here at the convention?
Well, you hope so. I think we always are looking for opportunities that make sense both for the United States and for Chinese business, and that can bring jobs here and bring opportunity and strengthen American businesses and benefit Chinese business too.
Do you have a sense that truly the people that you meet here you could wind up doing business with?
Certainly, because you don't really go into each meeting thinking I can close a deal. It's really a relationship. It's how you feel about one another.
I mean, you're always keeping your eye open for those opportunities, and conventions like this are places where sometimes those seeds are planted that can grow into a terrific flower.
And Mark Fung says the biggest takeaway for him so far has been getting a better sense of how Americans think about China. And I asked him specifically his thoughts on when President Obama announced in his State of the Union a trade task force seemingly targeted at China. He had an interesting response. He said the business community in China, some of them actually look at this quite positively because they believe it will take the bad actors out of the market. Mike?
Well, Jessica, we can see Joe Biden right over your shoulder there, the vice president making his acceptance speech. Of course, all eyes will be on President Obama as he tries to seal the deal tonight. What can we expect to hear in his acceptance speech, do you think?
Well, I think what's important about what we've seen so far from President Obama's speech is that he is going to lay out and ask the American people to rally around a set of goals, including goals around manufacturing, deficit reduction, the economy, energy, and the environment. And that is really his focus tonight. He really needs to do that to get to disaffected voters. There are statistically quite a few voters that came out for him, are disappointed, or may not come to vote. And he needs to make sure that the people who voted for him in 2008 vote for him again. It's a tight race.
All right, Jessica Stone live for us in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thanks so much.